Lakeview in Chicago.
I'm Nico Apostol, Lauren's business partner.
And I'm Maggie Finnegan with Keller Williams Realty in Lincoln Square. And I'm here today to talk to Lauren and Nico about condo buildings and how you can make your condo building more green and save money. So why don't you go ahead and talk a little bit about some of your experiences. You've been in the business quite a while and what's worked.
Yep, we manage a lot of small condominium associations in Chicago. And one of the biggest things that we do when we take over management is switching the building to compact fluorescent bulbs. They can be a little more expensive up front, but the savings long term are there.
Now I know some people don't really like the light that comes off of those, but we're talking about putting the light bulbs in all the non-essential areas, not where you're looking in a mirror, like hallways and basements and outside exterior lights, places like that where it's not going to matter as much.
Another tip we have, a lot of smaller condo associations aren't aware of the refuse rebate program that Chicago offers. If you are recycling and you have more than 4 units, you should be recycling because the city of Chicago will reimburse you $50 to $75 per unit if you have a recycling program in place at your building.
Yeah. So it's $50 to $70 per unit per year. So far the city's a little backed up in paying those out, but it's better to get on the list and get reimbursed.
Yep.
What about energy? What a building can do to conserve energy and cut their bills? Because we know that the cost of energy is rising.
Yep.
Sure. Cutting energy costs are probably one of the single largest expenses that a condo association is going to experience and have to budget for.
Right.
So any steps that you can take to reduce that cost is more money in reserves or lower monthly assessment.
Right. We recommend doing an energy audit is kind of what we term it in the property management industry, where you take the time to walk through the building and look at all your doors, look at all your windows, and notice where drafts are coming in or where there's leaks in windows, and spend the money to weather strip your doors and seal those leaks on your windows. And even replacing something as simple as replacing filters. Take the time to replace the filters monthly if you have a central HVAC system. It can save you a lot of money in your energy costs because your furnace won't have to work as hard with a full filter.
Right, and if it's hard to remember, then maybe it's simple enough. Let's say a 4-unit association, you just divide up, everyone gets a different month per year, and that person's responsible during that month for replacing the filter. It might be a way to remind people to keep on target for that.
Yeah.
And it also helps to extend the life of the furnaces, right, if they're kept.
Absolutely. The cost to replace a furnace is far greater than remembering to replace a filter once a month or once a quarter.
What about in a radiator heated building?
Yeah, in a radiator heated building, it is important to service your boilers, but it's also really important to bleed your radiators. Again, if you aren't bleeding your radiators and there's air stuck in there, you're paying more for energy than you need to be. So once a year, put it on a seasonal maintenance calendar, scheduled to have all the radiators bled in the building. You can even contract out with someone where they'll bleed the radiators in the units too, so that it's less expensive for each unit owner.
That's a really good one. What about things like rain barrels and green roofs? I mean, those are kind of the buzzwords out there, but I'm not really sure how that might work for a condo building and how it would work to their advantage.
Well, the city of Chicago has already raised water rates, the rates for the water bills, and there's plans to continue to do it more and more in the future. So getting ahead of those additional expenses is something smart to do right away.
Yeah. A rain barrel can actually be very inexpensive, and then you can use that water for your cleaning, for landscaping, and cut down on those water bills by having something as simple as a rain barrel.
Things like green roofs also help with water runoff. Not only is a green roof a great way to be eco-friendly, it also helps insulate a building. It helps to preserve and maintain the roof, and reduces the amount of water runoff that's going to damage things like gutters and the seams and the parapet walls around a roof. So if a roof is about ready to be replaced, definitely look into a green option. The additional cost may end up being far less than the savings you get, far less than the savings you would get for going the extra mile to the green roof.
Okay. Well, thank you so much, Nico and Lauren, and Owl Management. And I hope that some of these ideas will be helpful to people as they look to save money in condo associations.
Thank you.